Okay, the retrograde always means to go back into things, to learn more about something, or to sort out issues that weren't sorted out previously. Now, this retrograde is in Libra. Okay, we're talking about the on the Western astrology perspective. Now, in Libra, it means to do with relationships. It means to do with one-to-one encounters, business relationships, also, as well as creativity. Libra represents harmony. Now, one of the main key aspects of this transit now, which I have to say, is that it is one to work with Venus. In the esoteric astrology now, it's to do with work, because in esoteric astrology or Vedic astrology, as the stars really are, it's to do with work, finishing work, so it's in Virgo. So remember that there's always a difference between 23 degrees based upon its axis. Now, when we're dealing with work, finishing work, completing stuff that we didn't complete previously, these are the aspects of Mercury retrograde in that aspect. So, issues that you may have had with work recently is going to be on the move. You're going to gain more understanding of what's going on at work as well. So workers and stuff like that. Now, what I want to touch upon the esoteric factors now, the energies behind it, behind the veils. Now, okay, when we're dealing with Mercury retrograde, okay, most people forget that there's a powerful energy going on. Now, Mercury is obviously this planet here. This is the symbol for Mercury, okay? Most people don't study astrology properly. They only study it based upon what they hear on, online and whatnot, and just whatever. But most people don't study the symbols. Now, we find that this is the symbol of, obviously, Mercury, and the planet Mercury goes retrograde, or it appears to move slowly or backwards. The esoteric ruler of Gemini is Venus. The esoteric ruler is obviously Venus, but this is Gemini, and that's the pillars. Gemini governs the pillars. You right? So what we're saying here is that Mercury has a possibility to harmonize. Mercury harmonizes the synthesis of the mind. Mercury governs the mind. Now, when you think of the mind, you can tie it into the Emerald Tablet, the laws of Tehuti, the laws of thinking, the Kabbalion. I'm not talking about the Kabbalah, I'm talking about the Kabbalion. The Kabbalion is the laws of thoughts and how thoughts manifest. The law of attraction actually stems from or takes you back into the Kabbalion. So Gemini deals with that Emerald Tablet thinking. The emerald actually is governed by Gemini, the actual emerald stone. Think about it. Now, okay, so what I wanted to say, Venus is the esoteric ruler of Gemini, and this is Venus. Okay, this is the symbol for Venus, and Venus represents the Ankh or Isis. Now, Gemini is governed or has the antennas. This is the antennas. This is the lord of communication. Without communication, Mercury becomes Venus. So to harmonize energy for a Mercury retrograde, you would work with Venus. Now, because the retrograde on the Western chart is in Libra, what you do is work with relationships. So in that case, what you can do is wear an amulet, wear the symbol of Venus, or have the symbol of Venus with you. The symbol of Venus will harmonize the thoughts, you see, because obviously the lord of which rules Gemini is Mercury. So you harmonize thoughts through Venus. So these are the antennas, which is communication once again, and you harmonize these antennas by sliding it off to Venus. Venus will take care of it on the esoteric nature. So you balance relationships. That's the key. You balance relationships between work and your either relationships with your partner or work issues. So these are one of the keys of the retrograde. This retrograde is very interesting in that relation. So you balance out work. Whatever you didn't finish during work, balance it out, fix it, sort it out, put everything into balance, and you will see the keynotes. You'll see the keynotes, and Venus is going to be your number one factor during this retrograde. Now check this. I didn't really want to get into it right now, but I'm going to be breaking down the relationship between what's going to happen on the 23rd of September, right? It's going to be in my next video. I just don't want to do it right now. I'm a bit in a rush, but I have to do this video. I just wanted to do this about the retrograde, just to snip some of these bits in. I'm going to do it in a couple of days. I've just been away because my video camera is not working, but I've had to get another one for now, just to quickly snap some stuff. But now, on the 23rd, obviously, this is where this CERN thing, and obviously this is when Obama meets with the Pope. It's going to be an interesting little couple of days because there's certain things I want to break down, which is so interesting, so interesting. 23rd of September is when they're releasing this thing. Now, obviously, this is going to tie in to certain particular energy grids, which is going to take us into why they chose to do it on Mercury Retrograde. Now, this creates confusion and it creates a lot of attention because Mercury Retrograde gives a lot of news as well. You know, it gives a lot of news. It gives a lot of information going out there. Yeah? So obviously, and because obviously it's in Libra on the Western chart, what we're dealing with is a conversation between Obama and the Pope. So that gives off a little. There's going to be a reunion, but a confusion. Well, we'll see what happens anyway. But I'll be breaking it down in my next video. That should be shortly. So be on the watch out for that. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, and also if you want, I've got the Onk on my website. Have a look. Let me know what you think. And yeah, have a good day.